Hey, what's going on, Libra? Welcome to the channel and welcome to your April 2020 monthly tarot card reading. My name is Robin and this is my channel, AriesFireTarot. So thanks so much, guys, for tuning in and joining me for this read. I'm going to be using the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition deck, you guys, and this is just a fantastic deck. And for those of you that are shopping for a new deck, I actually got this on Amazon. I didn't get it on Amazon, but it is available on Amazon. I actually found it, I think I was at a McNally Robinson, just sort of browsing around, and there was this deck way at the bottom, and it came in such a beautiful case, and I was like, ooh, that looks pretty. So that's how I got this deck. That's how I was guided to it. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the reading and I hope you enjoy the cards. Definitely let me know what you think down below in the comments, guys. And if you're not a current subscriber, make sure you subscribe, because I'm here to help you guys on your journey through tarot. So we're going to look at the energy of the new month, and then we'll pull some additional cards to see what's going on, could be happening for you in the month of April 2020. So I feel like that's a nice shuffle that we have going on there. So I'll do a deck cut for you, Libra, and we'll pull the first card for your reading. So the energy of the new month. Okay, so many of you could be coming out of hibernation, you know. I live in North America. I live in Canada, where our winters are notoriously brutal. So April is sort of the first month where you start to feel the sun again and things can start to open up. But regardless where you are, there's going to be a lot going on. Seven of Cups, you've got a whole lot of options available to you. This can be very tricky because it can get a little overwhelming. You're like, oh, what should I do first? Or, you know, this is a time where it's really will do you well to make a list and decide what is most important to you. You could be getting multiple offers if you're doing a job search. You know, you could be, after a dry spell of not dating, you could stumble across a few very interesting people that all are like, that you're attracted to all of them, but you know, I'm not a huge advocate of like dating multiple people, but that's up to you. And you could have a really tough decision ahead of you. So when you see the Seven of Cups, it's really calling you to look at your heart and see what is the most important thing. It's like when you make a grocery list, the thing that you need the most is going to go on the top, right? So make a list of what it is that you truly want for yourself, what is truly aligned to who you are, and then go from there. So really interesting card to start you off with. So let's see something to leave behind or move past. Three of Wands is a really interesting card to come in on this position, because this is saying there's going to be more to your journey. So you could think that something is done with, or that you feel like you've put enough work into a situation, but you know, life is a journey. It's a never-ending evolution. There's always going to be another challenge, you know, and sometimes when you think that a situation or a person has left your life and you breathed a sigh of relief, well, you know what, that person could come back, or somebody very similar or a very similar situation. And it's basically the universe testing you. Maybe you didn't learn the entire lesson the first time, or maybe you just cut it off instead of resolving it. So guess what? It's being served up by the universe yet again. And maybe that is coming in the form of making a bad decision, or, you know, not doing what's best for you, but best for other people and their perception of what is best for you. So you have some really interesting cards to start off with. So just really understand that it's never going to end. You know, things are just always going to be challenging, and they're going to feel overwhelming sometimes. So just try to go with the flow of things a little bit more, and release the need to control the outcome, because you can't. You know, you can just focus on what you want and then follow the signals from the universe. But your journey's never over. You know, when your journey's over, basically that's the end, right? So you don't want that to happen. So really just learn to embrace the next steps, learn to embrace the journey, and have fun while you're at it. So how can you get the most of the new month? So you've got the Chariot card here, and this is really it kind of like flows like strangely from the Three of Wands, because it looks like you could be having a bumpy ride. And this is funny, this came up for another sign just recently too. So the energy is changing for you, and it could just all of a sudden jolt you forward. So if you're having this feeling, you know, "Oh, the path is never ending," or "I've done this before," or like, "What is this bizarre and unwanted deja vu?" You know, you're going to get snapped out of it here. How can I get the most of the new month? Like, and it's really difficult sometimes to wake up and say, "Oh, today's the day," and you know, everything's going to start fresh. But if you want a really good example of how to make every day different, even when one day sort of goes into another, like watch that movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. It's absolutely hysterical. He lives the same day over and over again, but you see how his attitude changes, like where he's just sort of grumpy and annoyed from the first time, like he's really like freaked out, like what is happening, but then he changes and he's like embracing life and having a great time. So this is how you can get the most out of the new month, and how you can get the most out of every day is like waking up like, yeah, even if it is the exact same day, you're seeing the exact same people. It's what you bring to what you bring to the day that is going to change the day. Like the day's not going to change unless you do, and then that's going to sort of propel you further. And then this like sort of sometimes never ending and sometimes annoying grind of the day-to-day will feel less that way. Do you know what I'm saying? So something related to your spiritual journey that you should explore. It's funny, it's like some signs are having very similar journeys. Like I'm just really reminded of like some of the cards that I'm getting for you came up for another sign, but they're coming in on different ways. So I feel like this is going to be a really strong month for you guys to like team up with another person that could be on a similar journey, so you guys can have somebody that is responsive to how you're feeling. So this is something related to your spiritual journey that you should explore. And this is the Judgment card. So the Judgment card, it's not saying this is the day of judgment, you know, you should prepare yourself. This is like, how are you thinking and feeling about yourself and other people? And understanding that judging other people for whatever, you know, and I think we all do this sort of inadvertently, and it can be a product of the environment that we're brought up in, but really paying attention to your thoughts when you see somebody that kind of rubs you the wrong way, or you know what I mean, like, and there's judgment involved in a lot of what is going on. And if you observe your thoughts for a day or two, you'll probably start to track that a little bit, and then be surprised at how many times that you think a negative thought. So this is going to be something that needs to be worked on, or you know, this is what the spirit guides are saying, you know, you need to really observe and maybe reduce. And this could apply to the way you speak to yourself too, you know. So if you make a mistake, what is the first thing you think? Do you think whoops-a-daisy and you sort of course correct and move on, or do you call yourself a name like, "Oh, I'm so stupid"? Do you do that to yourself? Like, do you do that to your friends and family? Do you do that to your companion animals if you have them? And I'm not saying like you're a mean person, it's just sort of a learned habit, but it's going to prevent you from getting to the next level where you need to be, so that you can have a little bit more of a defined life and attract in greater abundance. So I really want to challenge you guys for the upcoming few days, if you're watching this, to keep track of how you're thinking. Is it a positive response or is it a negative response? And it doesn't matter who it's to. Is it to you or somebody externally, or a situation? You know, really keep track of that and go, oh, okay, yeah, all right. So there's challenges set out, and I think it's in the book 3 Magic Words, where you go for 30 days without thinking a negative thought. And it's like, wow, you know, you start to really count how many times you have that negative thought pattern. So just something to be mindful of for your for your own, you know, peace of mind too, you know? So something to be mindful of, you guys. Everything you do here is going to be related to what you receive. You know, negative thoughts, they really repel. I'm getting the word law of attraction. You know, especially if you think in terms of, well, that'll never happen for me, you know, or money is evil, or people with money, they are, you know, insert unflattering word here, you know, and you see really successful people and maybe they're not the nicest person and you think, well, that person doesn't deserve money. All of this is going to reflect in your ability to receive from the universe. So this is something to be mindful of. All this negative thinking could repel big offers that are coming in from the universe. So I really, you know, I read that book, 3 Magic Words, and it's very impactful. So, and it's not an expensive book. I believe I got it on Amazon. Yes, I love Amazon. So, I don't know, I think it was under $20, but it was really like life-changing, and how to really watch the negative self-talk. And I'm seeing that this could really be part of how and what you attract into your life. So be mindful of what you're attracting in here with this great big Ace of Coins, you know, and people want the best of everything, but you might not be thinking the best of everything all the time. So it all goes hand in hand here, guys. Did you like that? So, you know, study yourself for a little while and see what your reactions are, and see if like, oh, I could maybe do a bit of a better job at that, or I didn't know I was thinking that many negative thoughts in one day. It's exhausting, and it can make the road seem longer, you know, and repetitive and just like gratuitously boring. So really interesting reading here, you guys. I hope it helps you for the next, I don't know, month. Anyway, I'm gonna go, guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.